Well, Fernando Tatis Jr. just got more money than any of us could even fathom looking at. In case you haven't heard yet, breaking news that Fernando Tatis Jr. just signed a 14-year contract extension with the San Diego Padres for $340 million, I believe. Now, I'm not a math person, but if you do it out, let's say there's no weird contract things, it's not backloaded or front loaded or anything like that. It's about just over $24 million a year for the next 14 years. This isn't uncommon to do with contracts. Like we saw the Trevor Bauer deal where he gets $40 million and $45 million in a year. And you might think, Tatis has more value than that because he's an everyday player, he's a shortstop, he plays elite defense, all the stuff that he does. But when you stretch the contract out longer and make the total value more, you're gonna get less annually. So this deal, I think it's a good deal for both sides. It's especially a good deal for Tatis Jr. because we haven't even really seen him play a full season yet. And he just got $340 million freaking dollars. Like it was nothing. I'm not saying Tatis isn't going to be good. He's a stud. He's at the face of baseball. He's literally the cover boy on MLB The Show 21. So he's definitely, MLB needs to put all their eggs in one basket with Tatis. Just pray he's the next Mike Trout, the next Barry Bonds, all of the above. He absolutely can be the next stud. I mean, like I said, he hasn't even played a full season yet, but his career OPS plus was 154 in that short amount of time. He doesn't always hit for the highest average, but he does get on base a lot. His career OPS is 956. That is MVP level if you can do it consistently. And so far, in the short amount of time Tatis has been in the big leagues, he has done it with relative ease. And when you look at his baseball savant page, it's even more insane. Listen to this. In 2020, he was 100 percentile, either 100 percentile or top 2% in the major leagues in exit velocity, hard hit percentage, expected WOBA, weighted on base average. We've talked about that before in some videos. Expected batting average, expected slugging percentage, barrel percentage, he's 100%. So he's best in the league in exit velocity, hard hit percentage, and barrel percentage, which is just absolutely insane. And if you guys remember, I've talked about this before, but if you look at Aaron Judge's 2017 when he should have won the MVP, he was 100 percentile in all of those categories as well. And everyone knows how good of a player Aaron Judge is. Just needed to be on the field a little more, but that's the topic for a different video. And then, Tatis does strike out a decent amount. He's 43rd percentile in strikeouts, but that's not even as bad as Aaron Judge. And then, as far as his defense, his sprint speed's 98th percentile. That's obviously elite. That's almost as fast as you can get. And then 99th percentile and outs above average. So compared to other people, he plays elite defense. He hits the ball at an elite level. He's insane. He deserves every single penny he got. The marketing the Padres are going to be able to do because of him is insane. The marketing MLB is going to be able to do it because of him is insane. Like I said, he's on the cover of MLB The Show 21. He might be on the cover of the next 10 MLB The Shows, for all I know. That's how good he is. That's how marketable he is. You saw all the stuff about the unwritten rules. He hit a grand slam on a 3-0 count, or, he steals bases when the Padres are up by a lot of runs. I don't give a damn about any of that stuff. He is absolutely so good, so elite, so much fun to watch. And this Padres team, they have a lot to look forward to in the next few years. They still have Manny Machado locked down for the next 5 or 6 years, I think. Of course, they've got young guys, more young guys coming up like Mackenzie Gore. I know they've traded away some of their prospects, but still. They have Eric Hosmer for the next couple of years. They have Tommy Pham. I think Tommy Pham's a free agent after this year. But they still have Trent Grisham, who's really young. They still have Jake Cronenworth, who's really young. Will Myers is still on the books for a couple more seasons. So they are locked and loaded and ready to go. Not to mention, they have Chris Paddock, who's their number 5 starter now. He's still really young. Dinelson Lamet broke out in 2020. They've got all the tools that they're going to need to be successful. And my favorite part about this deal is that they're actually going out and they're investing in their product. And that's not a lot of teams can say that. I know the Padres are in a decent market, but it's not like they're in a huge market like the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Angels or anything like that. The Padres are doing what every team should. They have an absolute young stud, and they're paying them what they deserve, and which is amazing. And I'm not, a lot of people are on Twitter are going off about how Acuna is going to punch his agent next time he sees him or whatever because Acuna took a long-term club-friendly deal. There's nothing wrong with that either. But Tatis got a mega deal, deservedly so, and he's just gonna make that team so much better for such a long time. He's gonna sell tickets, put fans in the seats, which is awesome. And my point is the Padres are doing what every team should. The Indians should have done this with Francisco Lindor. The Yankees should have already done it with Aaron Judge or Gleyber Torres. All these big name free agents. I mean, the Colorado Rockies kind of did it with Arenado, but then they ended up trading him. They should have done it with Story. I mean, I could go on and on and on about big name players getting traded from their former teams because they don't feel like paying them. Lots of teams do this. The Rays even did it with Evan Longoria. Yeah, again, they did it with Blake Snell. I love what the Padres are doing. They're saying, hey, you're doing a lot for our team. We're going to invest in you. We want to keep you happy, and we know that you're going to keep us happy. So why don't we just do this deal that's best for both sides? Because the Padres at $24 million a year, it's a long, long contract, but it doesn't really break the bank. And Tatis only turned 22 a month ago. This is only going to bring him up to his age 36 season. And that's kind of old for an MLB player, but that's not that old in terms of, the grand scheme of things. It's not like this is going to take him to his 44-year-old contract or anything like that. So it's a great deal for both sides. The Padres have a long-term shortstop. Maybe he has to even move to third base near the end of this contract, but I don't think they're going to complain about that. Eventually, the universal DH will come back to the National League, hopefully in 2022, so he can play DH later on in his career. Thick boy, Tatis. But, I love this deal for all sides, and like I said, the Padres are stacked. They have a great rotation with Darvish and Snell, and Clevenger's not even going to be back this year, and Lamet and Paddock and Musgrove, and they're saying, you know what, Dodgers, we know that you're the best team in baseball. We know that you have all the money in the world. We know that you have all the prospects in the world, but we're still going to try and compete, which is something that every team should do. The Indians are trading away a bunch of these players, and I keep picking on the Indians, but it's the best kind of example of this. Maybe even the Cubs trading away players, but they're in a division where they don't have the Dodgers, and they're not trying to compete. Like, the best team in the National League Central is the Cardinals, and the Cubs could easily compete with them if they tried to, but they're not trying to. The Padres are saying, you know what? Let's try and compete, even though we're in a division with the best team in baseball, the reigning world champions. We don't give a damn about that. And I respect the hell out of that. And I love this deal for them. They've got a loaded team. They've got a loaded lineup. Their bullpen's great. I'm excited. So that's my reaction to the Padres signing Tatis to that major extension, 14 years, $340 million. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Leave a like. Let me know you guys want to see more MLB content like this. And we're only a few subscribers away from being able to finally give away that jersey and free copy of MLB The Show 21. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.